Close above that. That might, I think we will. We keep getting up there and then a little past, break down. Um, you would always think in somewhat of a anticipation rally like this that it would have an easier time to stick. But it's definitely, like how 47 here, Coinbase, and on market cap it's below 47. Right, just pushing it by a little, but every little bit counts, right? Mentality wise, right? 46,999 versus 47. That's a huge gap mentally. For you guys to think about, for anyone to think about, an investor. So will we close above that? I'm hoping we do. Hoping we get influx of overseas money when we're getting tired here in the States and it comes flooding in, and many of you I'm sure will be checking your phones at night, and hopefully we get into the 48 range. I was hoping we were going to see 49. I think it's going to be a little tough, but when it jumps, it's going to jump hard. We're going to see definitely some resistance there, and definitely a lot of resistance at 50. But you know what? If the momentum is there, it'll blow right past it and dip down. You could get to 51 pretty easily, and then slide back down to 50, below 50. We're building our levels. Amazing how Ethereum barely moving 5%, but XRP crawling back a little bit. Cardano 10% almost. Still though, stable coins. It's all good though. Don't give up. Don't give up on them. If you've been holding it for the whole bear cycle and then some, we got to get to all-time highs, and that might take some time, right? And I would say ignore, at least I am, ignore all the rumors of an XRP ETF being next. It'll be Ethereum next, in my view. I wish it wasn't. I would prefer it to be XRP. That'd be superb. But I mean, come on, we're not even fully done with the case at this point. They're gonna, someone's really a Grayscale or a BlackRock's gonna, or an ARK is gonna go for an XRP ETF. Not happening. No way. Not until that is totally finalized and both parties wash their hands and come to whether it's an agreement, which I can't see it happening, but that'd be great, an actual agreement, or it's just dismissed and done, settled by the judge, and where they cannot go to the Supreme Court, which they certainly can appeal. AVAX, I've been talking about, just on the fence with that. It just is stagnant. In the 30s, it's do I get in there, get more injective? Fetch AI, I think the AI narrative is slowing down a little bit, but I think Fetch is a good play, at least to $1 or $2. I'm hoping. Got to get over that dollar hump. And DOT, I'm long in the eights there, but I think I'm going to hold off on that. What are you guys doing? Did you take advantage over the last couple of days? I really have, and going strong. I'd like, my rollover from Coinbase One in regards to fees and everything doesn't start until the 11th again. I burnt through it pretty quick, accumulating over the last month. That I'm paying. I've probably paid $100 in fees to Coinbase over the last week, since I 2 weeks blew through the minimum 10,000 that they can do. That's the only thing I don't like about it. I wish they did not, I wish they raised the minimum or the maximum, I'm sorry, on Coinbase One. 10K is not enough because it adds up fast, and those fees eat away at you so quickly. The $3.74 though, if you're buying 1,000, it gets up to $24 per trade quickly, right? And you might buy 1,000 of this, 1,000 of that, 50 of this, 100 of that. That next thing you know, you've paid for your Coinbase One annual fee, which I believe I did the month one, and it'll kick into about $2.99, I believe, on the 11th. It could be better. It's better than nothing, but it could be better. It should be about 20 to 30,000 would, be advantageous for more people to jump on. ICP surprisingly, up 21%. Surprised it's not up more, to be honest with you. Once it breaks through that 15 barrier, I don't know what's going to happen with it. But God, it is constantly everywhere talking about ICP. I'm not jumping in. I feel like didn't miss the boat, but I missed the boat on where I wanted to get on. But I said that with Fetch. I said that with Injective. $4 and 4 cents and 17 cents with Fetch, and then you end up jumping in, 1,000% later. But it's that mindset, right? Mindset of wanting to buy it here, and you don't, and next thing you know, it shoots up, and it's so hard to get on that train when it's left the station like that. It's gotten out of your range. We got to get near protocol back up to the $4 range. It barely held support there. As you see, everything got hit yesterday for the most part, not everything, but the majority of top couple hundred coins, and 100 plus 400, those coins got destroyed. A ton of mine that low caps got absolutely wrecked, and a couple of them I picked up more on. I'm a glutton for punishment, let me tell you. I just certain ones I have hope in, and they're more of a risk and more of a gamble, but I really like Pond, Marlin, Golva, Sperax. That's SPERAX. All they need to do is go up 5-10 cents, and it's all good. That's not where I'd like to get out, but you're in pretty good money. So I would look at those stacks. I'm telling you. Let's see where. Okay, so Coinbase, we got it at 199. I tried getting on other CoinGecko and a couple of things, but my office, since I downloaded OBS software, I'm getting a new laptop in a day or so, but the internet in my office is just absolutely brutal. I've got extenders and everything, but internet's upstairs and it goes all the way through there downstairs on the last part of my home. Excuse me. I'm not gonna try to. Let's see how we're looking here. Injective 42. Just looking at that yesterday to pick some more up. I didn't. It's all right. So stacks here 198. So it's still a little less. So it looks like the spread between. There's about a penny on that, but got to get that above $2 so to build support. Get it to like the 230 range where we can build support at $2. I'm telling you, Stacks is gonna. It's never had a huge all-time high, but with what it does with Bitcoin, it will follow it. It will follow it. If, a lot of people predicting it to go to $40. I don't know. I think all the price predictions when people say $30, no problem, 1,000x, 20x. Everything for the most part has its turn to pump in a bull run, in a bull market. But anyone who says that they know it's going to go to at least $40, it's going to, AVAX is at least going to get to all-time highs. No one knows that. Sorry. Be careful listening to, and I stress on that, it seems like everything I put out, listening to price predictions. Take it with a grain of salt, because nobody knows. I remember just crazy. I mean, people who weren't doing price predictions are now doing them, and that just tells you something. It's because it's what people want to hear. I have to admit, the beginning of the last bull run, when I heard a particular guy say, "Oh, he was right on many things, $40, $20," and a lot of them just hit. But you know what? It was a bull run. It was a heat of the bull run. It might be 2 weeks later, and all of a sudden, Cartesi hits that spot, pulls through it, AMP, blows through it. Filecoin blows through it. And it's pretty easy to do it. It's pretty easy to sound like a genius in the bull run, right? Pretty easy to sound like a genius in the bear run when you're predicting everything to go down. So please take that with a grain of salt. I'll never talk about a price prediction and act like I know where it's going to go. My price predictions are where I want it to go and where I think it could go for me. Never listen to what I have to say as the gospel and the truth of where it's definitely going to go, because nobody knows. Nobody knows. Don't let them, these stupid price prediction videos like from AJ and Ben and even George now is saying these things. And I'm not ripping on them. Some need to be ripped on, but don't listen to it. Altcoin Daily talking about price predictions, even Crypto News, or he said he doesn't barely have anything invested in crypto, and he's like, oh, yeah, that'll get to $30. It's just nonsense. Just please be careful. Certainly ask where you think it could go, but that's tough. Yeah, Metal Mania. I agree 100%. People have high expectations on the returns. There's no doubt about that. It's just, so do I, right? That's why we're in this. I was looking at my 401k today because I maxed out last year. I try to max out every year. I'm 51, so I can. So I put 30k in it. That's max. And I get matched. I got matched like $12,000 for my company. That's why I do it. But I look at the returns over the 5 years, and it's fine. But 5%, 8%, 12%. How spoiled we are being in crypto, and how lucky we are. We're gonna have losers, but that's why you got to have dry powder. I'm always saying that. Metal Mania. Do what you got to do. Last year, I do fine with what I have, but I even did. At some time, I did not Uber Eats, but the other one, DoorDash, for like a month. Made an extra, like, just every now and then. I would do it. I did a little bit every day. I made like an extra $2,000, and it was just put it right into crypto. I don't think people really realize what yes, 100 times X really looks like. They don't. Not even in the investment world. Not the people. Look, I was the guy at the Chicago Board of Trade and Mercantile Exchange back in the day. Back when I was 21 to 30. I was in the floor. I was in the 30-year Treasury bonds, and I was dealing with Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan, Merrill Lynch, Shearson, Lehman Brothers. Lehman Brothers, you probably never heard of them anymore. They went belly up. That went down when the crisis. J.P. Morgan, and you invest something. 5% is great. You're thinking it's great that's a CD back then. Certificate of deposit 6-7% was, you're happy to get that. Your true investors have no idea about crypto. So here in Canada we have BTC ETFs. Yeah, it was one of my better gainers last 4 years. That's awesome. When did that get approved? How are we not following? How are we not leading here in America? It's pretty easy, right? It's not just Gary Gensler. He's a puppet. Let's be honest. It's Congress. It's really. I'm not talking right or left here, but it's really right now in our. You're in Canada, but if you should listen to some of the BS in Congress giving the questions. Elizabeth Warren giving the questions to Gary Gensler, and all the questions that they asked them. The senators and congresswomen and men, the Democrats, asking a question, and it's so obvious that it's planned out, and it's pretty sad, But we'll get off of that, So was it 4 years ago when you got the ETF? We could learn a lot from the way you guys do it up there, I know it's not perfect. Are you a fan of your El Presidente up there? I know a lot of crypto guys are not. Curious your thoughts on it. I think we're gonna have. We're definitely in I would say a bull run now. Coming up from 15. Yeah, follow Congress, right? 2021. Okay. Yeah. Are you heavily into alts or are you prime minister? Yeah. Yeah. He's not loved. But you also don't know what to fully believe. I could believe you. You're dealing with it up there, but down here there's so many people raging on him, and you never know fully what to believe. But when you hear from someone who's living it, it's a different story. And we have our share of. We do not have good options down here. My thought is I'm hoping he doesn't have a prayer, but RFK is the only kind of hope. He doesn't have the background for it, but uh, yeah, yeah, fair enough. But I'm thinking from 15K, we've definitely bottomed out when we hit that, but it's been a slow burn. I have gone extremely heavy over the last 4 months, taking advantage of it, thinking we were going to pull out of it. Knew it was going to happen eventually, but uh, do you hold XRP? Link, ETH. Good. Yeah. Yeah. So you were you able to sell? Yeah, 3 to 5x exactly. I mean, there you can't complain of that. So I mean, I'm I first bought Bitcoin around 7K, and I was stupid. Didn't get it at 3K when we had the COVID drop. Didn't think it was the end. No XRP. Well, maybe a smart move. I think it. I hold a ton of XRP, about 100K worth at average of 17 cents, and I knew with XRP and the news coming out, it was the worst time it could have been. We needed to be, if it was right now, maybe right after the ETF, or 2 weeks ago when the news was released, we would have gone from 50 cents to a dollar, and how we popped back, that would have been sold it at 50-ish, 54-ish. Not a bad move. I know you never fully know, but I cannot see us not hitting all-time highs on that. I'm just looking to get out at $3 or $4. I'm not a believer like some of the crazy people out there thinking that they're going to get an ETF and it's going to go to $50. I mean, the market cap on that would be ridiculous. No way it's hitting that. I would love it. It's not realistic. And anyone who says it is, I mean, it's not moving. Everything's moving, and XRP, is at 58 cents, 50 cents. It's a stable coin with Cardano. But I'm holding on to them both. I'm underwater on Cardano, not that much anymore. But XRP will have its turn. But unfortunately, yes, it's one of the last to always run. I think its circulating supply hurts it a little. But then you can look at how it was popped up to a dollar like within 2 minutes when the news of it, the rumor of it having a ETF coming out. So I mean, it's got if it gets the momentum, circulating supply doesn't typically hold these down. 54. Yeah, I sold most of my tokens end of 2021, beginning of really. No, most people don't understand market cap. Let me ask you this: was that before or after Elon Musk mentioning that they were no longer going to accept Bitcoin due to, uh, energy? Actually, exactly. Yeah, I agree about XRP. Curious when you sold it. Was that before the rain on the parade of Elon Musk? Because really, what started killing us was, and a lot of people say, "Oh, the macro has nothing to do with it." BS. The whole market took a crap. It was after. Okay, okay. But still, you got out at the. You were smart to take profits. I took none. I rode it all the way down. There were a couple I sold. I sold out of my ETH, and there were a few more I sold out of my Polygon. Uh, uh, Bought more Cardano on the way down. Good, but but I've been DCAing that 25 cents up and everything. And I'm not going to make a fortune off of it, but if it goes, goes to $1, which I know it will eventually, I'll be happy. But I mean, what really killed us was after the second top. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I have a ton of is BAT. I have a ton of basic attention token. Bought it at 35 cents. Wrote it up. Bought a ton at $1, 80 cents, and like $1.20, something like that. So I needed to go to about 80 cents to break even on it. You know. So did you buy more Bitcoin over the last since the bear market hit? Did you get back in? To me, I'd love to get some Bitcoin, but I just feel like for it to be, I have some low, but I think I'm out now in regards to fully believing. I think it's great, but I think I'll get a bigger bang for my buck in some of the mid cap alts. Yeah, get emotional about the projects and tokens. Yes, but yeah, good job on Link, man. I'll tell you, I'm staring at it for a freaking year at that. I'm like, you just you start picking away at things, and there's ones you pick, and ones do great in a bear market. Link. I remember Link. I either went with Link or XRP back in the day, and they were around the same price. And that last bull run, Link freaking or actually they had a great bear run. Took off, and XRP was nothing. And they also got robbed by the SEC. They didn't get a bull market at all due to that. Are you back in on Solana? And also, do you think Link is going to have kind of a shitty bull run? Or do you think it's going to break the 25-35 range? Yeah. Yeah, I think you just hold on to that, You're not going to see a $5 Link again until maybe the next bear market, I mean, and what we're seeing over the last couple of days is shaky hands and people selling. I mean, I really scooped up a lot of stuff over the last couple of days. Why wouldn't you? I mean, you just have to DCA. I mean, that's, I don't trade it. I will be selling quite a bit this bull run, but got a long way to go. Link is king. Yeah. I mean, where do you see Link going? I mean, I'd love to see a 50 plus Link. I just don't know because of the last run. It's got so many partnerships, and it's, one of the most formative, projects out there. That you kind of have to use it. Yeah. Yeah, I've had some luck on a couple of these AI tokens. Yeah, I could see us doing 70-ish. If things are really really heated up. I mean, I'm just hoping it keeps. It's kind of stuck right now, right? I think it's a good accumulation point, right? I mean, we've been stuck between that 13 and 15 area. I think if someone's, I think it's a hell of a lot better buy than Bitcoin, right? If someone wants to buy a full Bitcoin, I would certainly put that money into Link. Before that, you're going to see a hell of a lot better return. I think Bitcoin's going to do amazing. I don't know. No one freaking knows. But I think it's Link is going to outperform it by far. My dogs are going nuts. Like it's time to eat. How's the weather up there in Canada? It's freezing down here. I'm in Chicagoland, and it's we're finally getting a winter. something else I'm seeing. Stacks to me that has been a beauty. I yeah, I agree. Stacks I've been loading up. I've been stacking stacks. Stacks in there I think are going to just do beautifully. Stacks follows Bitcoin, and it's for people who want to build on Bitcoin. It's gonna. I see it following it. There we go. There we go. We need to find some support at that $2 range, and I'm hoping we can get Bitcoin to close above $47. 30 minus 30 Celsius. Okay. Shit. Yeah, we're gonna get to that quite soon. You into any? So you're not into any of these gambling little shit coins at all? I'm not into any memes except for Bonk, and that was stupid. That was just more of a throw something at the wall. First meme coin I bought. I agree. I agree. ICP. You touching that at all? Yeah. Yeah, I had to throw some money at it. I stayed out of it last one, and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna take 15K, and I'm gonna three here, two here, one here, and know that that is going to be consider it gone. And they're all, for the most part, up or at break even. A couple of them are down, but it's all balanced out where I'm okay. Because normally I'm pretty conservative, and I'm pretty good in on this bull run. I would say crypto is about 40% of my holdings and investments. But I have faith that this is going to be good for us as long as we don't get another war going on, and we don't get into some higher interest rates. We got to keep Jerome Powell, our CPI number. We need to see how that comes out, and if we can get Jerome Powell, everyone thinks he's going to cut. I don't think we should rush and assume that he's going to start cutting rates as quickly as people are anticipating. If he holds rates, we'll be in good shape. Yeah, meme coins are just. I only threw in about $300 into Bonk, and as soon as I did it, went up. And it was right before the end of the year, so I didn't want to have a tax issue, so I just kind of left it, and now it's down significantly, and it probably won't come back, but it's okay. It's just fairly insignificant. What exchange do you use up in Canada? You guys use KuCoin or Coinbase or? Yeah, no thank you on this. Heavily looking at this, but I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger on it. Have some DOT. I don't know who the hell's still investing in Tron. It's not for me. Yeah, maybe you're convincing me and leading me to some Chainlink. I've been eyeing it down. Maybe you jumping on will give me the cojones to pull the trigger. For income, basically. Yes, that's true. Well, we shall see what happens with this ETF in the next couple days. He's got 2 days, and I'm sick of hearing about the ETF. Let's just get it done if it's going to get done, and move on if not. His FUD, Gary Gensler's FUD that he was spreading today, can, in my eyes, make it sound like he's giving warnings. If you're going to invest in crypto, be careful. I don't know if you saw what he put on X, but he was putting out warnings that it's highly risky venture. So we'll see what happens. That, to me, is him saying a little bit, all right, I'm going to go with it. You guys have done all the paperwork you needed. I'm going to grant these ETFs, but here one last warning. Even though he's probably heavily invested, I think Link. Yes. Oh yeah. I cannot see Link not being in the top 4. 4 to 5. I mean, if we get BNB out of there, I cannot see it kicking out XRP eventually, and all it needs is another leg up. It's really yeah. So preliminarily telling us, I agree. We don't know, right? But that's what we can assume, and we're hopeful. We're optimists. But I would like to see Link on its next leg up. Let's get it above Avalanche. I can see it in the top 5. 100%. I just don't see people calling for a $10 ADA. I don't see how it's going to happen. I don't see how an XRP is going to happen. I mean, what's his name? Ben Armstrong, saying an XRP is his guy is saying I don't like to talk too much shit about people, but when you spread so much FUD and you put so much crap out there saying this, my guy is saying this, that, it's going to be XRP after Ethereum's ETF, that's just, I don't buy into that. I do too. I think AVAX will. I just don't know if it's really a cross between me with what I want to go heavy into is this or Link. And what's scaring me with Link is just it's stagnant for so long, but I kind of like that too because there's some consolidation and it needs to go. It's such a big pump, it needs to go sideways for a while. Isn't he a silly fella? I don't. How does he get the? How does he do what he did? And then get? It's pretty amazing. Get it all back for the most part. Begging for money, crying, hypocritical to what he was always preaching, and no consequences at all. Whatever. What can you do? That's on him and his followers. I'm more in the camp. I started this channel just to have communication like this and show what I've been successful in, learn what everyone else has been successful in. Also go over vegan stuff at other times. You guys have an awesome vegan dietitian up there, Brenda Davis in Canada. She's awesome. But I want to do something a little different where I'm not going to, this is not what I do. I'm not going to get any thrills. It's my laptop, OBS, and this. I'll branch it out a little differently, but I appreciate you jumping on, buddy. Very nice of you. Very nice. Appreciate your support. Just trying to pump out some videos to try to help. Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand the hate. Doesn't this world have enough hate? Why all the hate against other maxis or other people who talk about this? Now look, I did a little reviews of YouTubers and everything just as I see it, just because I don't want people to get hurt. There is, but aren't they? There's so many closed everywhere. I mean, I talk to people every day, and I cover the Midwest for my position, and I'm talking to people who are fairly closed-minded, and I talk a lot about when I do some activism. Can't imagine the closed-minded people I talk to, the things that come out of their mouth. But I just try to plant seeds, not trying to push 100% of my. I'd love for them to. We'd all love people to see things the way you see it, not be the same. We don't want to be clones, but it'd be nice to be a little more open-minded and friendly. We're losing that. I don't know how it is in Canada with that, but here in America, man, we are just. And I see it in Europe too. People are just getting colder and colder to each other, and life's too short. Should be good to each other, helping each other out, and it's the only reason I'm doing this is to see what I can do to help people. And try to be honest and get a community in it talking about it and helping each other. Not a BS community where I'm going to come up with a freaking vegan coin and try to have you buy it. Crazy. I mean, can you imagine a YouTuber coming up with their own coin and people actually buying it? I mean, what the hell is that? And thinking it's going to do something and it's going to change. Yes, it's so true. That's why the majority of my videos I put out, I put in there price predictions. Do not listen to them. When someone is pushing a price prediction and they're saying $40, $30, minimum of $20, they don't know. Nobody knows. Yeah, a lot of times if the coin gets pumping again, like a chain link is going to have no issue reaching its all-time high. There's just no doubt because it's a going project and it still has, something doesn't go from $4 or $5 to $15 or $16 in a month's time without having enthusiasm behind it and people believing in it. But other projects maybe like Doge or I think even Polygon's going to have a little bit of trouble. It's got 10 billion circulating supply, and there's so many contenders now with it. It could fall, even though they have a ton of partnerships and they're bigger than everyone in what they're doing. They fall out of favor sometimes after previous runs. So nobody knows. I learned a long time ago. If you're underwater, if you don't want to cut your losses, you hold on. Unless because I got too burnt in the stock market when I was young. I mean, I was down. Yes, yes they do. Yes they do. I was a stock trader and on the floor back when the dot-com blew, and I was a conservative trader, did very well, and then I got into the dot-com stuff, like Priceline.com, and then maybe you know what that is, maybe not. That was supposed to have an IPO at about $4, opened up at like $86. That was the first buy-in. And Dell computers, all this stuff was just going out of control. I got into that, and as soon as back in the day, along the ticker, Netscape, who was a competitor to Microsoft Internet Explorer, sued Microsoft for monopolizing the internet browser. That's when the dot-com bubble burst. It was literally that. It came over the ticker, boom, and everything started falling. And I lost a fortune at 29 years old. But you learn. Some of them, and I sold out of most of them and took the hit. But a lot of them I just rode all the way down. So I learned at a young age, know you're out before you get in, and it sounds like you do that, right? Before you buy, the best thing, my advice to myself is know where you're going to sell when you're buying. Then you're not going to write it down like you didn't. That's how you actually make wealth or the 5, 10, 15% that you're good at with, or 3 times. I think that's what you said, right? And that's a good way to do it. Most people don't do that though. They want 3 point. You're good with 3 to 5 times. And who isn't? Impatient people. You're not old. We're all getting older. That's the way it is. Metal Mania, though. I used to go to a lot of metal shows back in the day. Megadeth, Iron Maiden, Metallica back in before when they were opening up with Ozzy Osbourne. Master of Puppets tour. That was a long time ago. Well, I appreciate you joining in. If you could spread the word, I'd appreciate it. I got to go take care of the family. I just wanted to jump on quick, but I'm glad, Metal Mania, you jumped on. Thank you, buddy. I hope you have an awesome night. And trying to do some shorts, videos as much as I can, and have discussions like this. Be nice if it's more than you and I, but we'll get there. I appreciate you jumping on, brother. Have yourself a good night. Cheers. Yeah, brother. I'll see you soon.